Hey, what's up? It's Brian here, and in this video I'm going to share an insightful perspective on feelings and emotions from the book Life Lessons. And guess what? This is the summer 2022. This is the first video I filmed in about a year. A lot has changed since then. We welcome another child in this world, Gianni. I've been very busy, but I want to get back to doing YouTube videos. I have a lot of powerful video ideas coming up that I'm going to do at some point too. But anyway, this is going back to the series I was doing on this book right here, Life Lessons. And this segment of the book is on page 156. And the quote is, "We are here to heal and move through feelings. Babies and young children feel their feelings and move through them. They cry and it passes. They get angry and it passes. With their honesty, the dying often begin to resemble the young children they once were. The dying remember to say, 'I am scared and I am mad.' Like them, we can learn to be more honest and to express our anger. We can learn to live lives where anger is a feeling that passes, not a state of being." So really powerful statement right there, particularly that last sentence is so simple, but people don't comprehend that. A lot of people, they say things like, "I am a happy person," or "I am a sad person," or "that person is an angry person." They label people and themselves by emotions. But as this author is alluding to, emotions are temporary. You can have one emotion one second and then another emotion the next. So pay attention to your language and never really identify yourself as an emotion, because it can always change. It can always change. And another big point too is that children, they express themselves. They say how they feel. And for some reason, like, as you get older, a lot of people, they suppress this. Even when you're 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, you might not suppress your emotions there from influences from your parents, from your school, from your peers. But I think it's so interesting. You can really go to how you were as a baby a lot of the time to understand what God has shown us to be the natural state of suppressing emotions. So I think that's really important to understand. You have to articulate yourself, always be in touch of your emotions. And another thing to really reflect on too, this goes back to the video I did on fear. Thinking back in that video, I said, where do your fears come from? I would extend that to all of your emotions. Where does this emotion I have come from? Is it from the media? Is it from the news? Is it from my peer? Or is it my actual emotion? So that's a really important point to understand. And also, really keep note of language that other people say to you. Meaning, never let anybody tell you how you should, quote unquote, feel, and never tell anybody how they, quote unquote, should feel. That's probably my least favorite word in the dictionary, should. Because no one can dictate someone else's emotions. They can't. And even that fear video I did in some of my past videos, don't get that twisted. I'm not telling you you should feel a certain way. I'm saying recognize how you feel, and is it an honest reflection of how you feel based off your own experiences? Is it from your own authenticity, or is someone else pressuring you to feel a certain way? Right, so I really want you to understand that distinction. That's really important. And if you do feel a certain way though, if you're fearful, if you're sad, go back to the quote that I just said a few minutes ago. It's temporary. You have to attack it. You have to confront it. It's like when a child, like if they're feeling angry 1 second, 5 minutes later, they're not. And why is that? Either number one, they forgot what they felt and they just went to another emotion. So you can do that even as an adult. Or they confront it. They recognize like, why am I being fearful? Like there's no point in that. Why am I being sad? Like I can go do something that's fun. So they're able to adapt very quickly. Adults sometimes have a tough time doing that, but we have to go back to that natural state when we were younger of moving on from emotions. And you really have to confront negative emotions because they're not going to change if you don't. So that's a really important point. And I really hope that you took something from this video, because the quote is very simple, but everyone can apply their life to that. Emotions are temporary. Emotions can change. And if you find yourself having a negative emotion, if you're sad, if you're frustrated, if you're angry, recognize that it is temporary. And if you confront it, dive deep into why you're feeling that way, maybe do certain actions to get you in a different emotional state, then you will eventually get to that positive emotional state. achieve your optimal emotions.